Hello and welcome to PC Chess Club, Season 1, Episode 15. We brought back the Jesus picture. A lot of people like that. And we brought back something else a lot of people like. Got it a little different this time. We're just doing some different things. Under here, we've got the chess books. And back there, shout out for the best document camera in the world, Aver. There's our $4,520 Promethean clickers. Yeah, $4,500. Don't let them out of your sight. More chess books. Yeah, you'd be learning a lot. And we're going to go ahead and come back to this in a second. We will swing on over the other way. The chess books that we've got, we're going to go through and we're going to try and get stuff ready for some more videos. 4 external hard drives. Yeah, it's about 7 terabytes over there, or 7,000 gigabytes. Let's go ahead and pan this way. Here's the message board with the quote of the week. This is the same one that we had last time. And this is a little mini poster. Thought we'd put something cute up for the kids this week. This goes out to all the cat lovers out there, anybody that has a cat. These are the 2 books of the week, and this is the game of the week. Instead of the Perplexus, we brought the game called Brain String. We'll show you a look at it. We'll go ahead and put the books under the document camera. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. This is from Anger Management, the What's Your Problem, the game. So we'll go ahead and open it up, take a look inside, see what they got. Got that. And this is just the rules of how to play it. Looks pretty simple. You guys read this, see what you think. See if you'd like to play that game. Whoops, get my finger out of the way. Let's do it this way. Let's go ahead and fold that so we can get a better shot of it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the other parts of the game as well. Let's see what these are. Try to put this anti-glare screen on here and see if that works better. that's just a short look on the game. Thought that game would be a lot of fun, so we went ahead and got it. Try to have different board games, different stuff, not just always chess, though we do a lot of chess. Yeah, we do quite a bit of chess actually. But this gives people a break so they can do something besides play chess, or if they've got friends that come up here, they're not into chess. We're going to go ahead and do the meditation of the week. We'll go ahead and open with that. We're also using the Blue Yeti Pro mic this time. We've got the gain cranked all the way up. That music is so loud it's vibrating these windows. Let's go ahead and get started on our meditation of the week. Music is super loud. You can barely hear yourself think. Yeah, we're trying this Blue Yeti Pro mic out. It's going to be a learning experience, obviously. Trying to use it. It's a 4-in-1 mic. You can use it as a cardioid mic. You can use it bidirectional, omnidirectional, or stereo. I'm about hoarse from this yelling over the top of that mic, over the top of that music. Okay, this week is on how to behave. It's called acceptance. Yeah, how ironic. And surprisingly, this time I didn't look up anything. I just flipped the pages and got to it. These windows are vibrating. Wow. I mean, that music is like, it's like standing next to a 12-gauge shotgun. It is that loud. It's like you might as well be listening to a jet engine on an airplane. It is way too loud. Way too loud. These windows are vibrating. This week we'll go ahead and do 3 of these. Yeah. We'll go ahead and we'll do 4. Okay, blind justice. Number 93. When bad things happen to us, there is a temptation to look for someone to blame, whether ourselves or another person. As an antidote, meditate on the image of blind justice. With her scales, sword, and blindfold, she reminds us from a broad spiritual perspective, reality is always just. Everything happens for a reason. Although at the time we may not understand what the reason is, from this perspective it becomes easier to accept events as they are. 94, adaptation. A wise man adapts himself to circumstances as water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it. Chinese proverb. It's like a splitting migraine in here. It is so loud. I don't know if I have a ruptured eardrum or not. It is so loud. It's like you could just hold a 12-gauge shotgun up next to your ear and shoot it, and the shotgun would not be as loud as they are. These windows are vibrating. I hope that glass doesn't break and cut me. 96. And that's just it. I mean, they've got all the doors shut, so I don't know why it's so loud. It's like windows are vibrating. Some people are covering their ears. Maybe it's for deaf people. That's it. Okay, 96. Accepting what is. Learn to wish that everything should come to pass exactly as it does. Epictetus. 55C. Is that like 55 BC? Just go ahead and Google it. Google that name. Yeah, it's a good thing I have phenomenal concentration. I am screaming at the top of my lungs, and I cannot even hear myself scream. All you hear is a splitting migraine, pounding migraine. The music is so freaking loud. Leaf lines, contemplate the delicate veins fanning out from the stem of a leaf. They provide an image for the many paths a life can take. Use this image to reflect on your own life, tracing your way back to your stem. Notice how every choice you have made has played a part in bringing you to where you are now. This will help you to accept that every experience has taught you something new and moved you further along in your journey. This is the other book that we had up there, the book of the week, called Power Learning. And we'll go ahead and take a look at it. It's memory and learning techniques for personal power. Look at the back of it. As always, just read a little bit, pause, read a little bit more. $8.95, cheap. It's probably went up since then. But take a look at this. It's a really good book. Everybody can read that. See that okay? Let's take a look inside. Overall, it looks pretty good. Looks like you could learn a lot from that book. And then here's another one, the second one, called The Memory Book. And this is the back of the memory book. Take a look at this. I've had this book a long time, and it's helped me a lot. Yeah, it's a really good book. I don't know how that's coming out, if everybody can see that or not. I can try to zoom in a little bit more for you.
help you out. Yeah, at PC Chess Club, we care about you guys. So we're going to give you a lot of things to make you go from good at chess to great, or from bad to good. So if you're bad at chess, they're going to say, yeah, you're getting pretty good. And if you're already pretty good, they're going to say, yeah, they went from good to great. Yeah. Then they'll use words like amazing or awesome. Or they'll be like, I don't know what they did. I couldn't figure it out. I went over the game. I still can't figure out how they did it. Yeah, that's the kind of chess you'll learn at PC Chess Club. You'll learn quite a bit. Let's see if that comes out a little bit better. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Let's take a look inside. On this one, we'll go ahead and take a look at an example from it. We'll try to find something that would apply to chess. Let's go ahead and try. Let's go ahead and try this one, the peg. I think that one would apply to a lot of chess players. See, the peg word, that's what you use. You use different peg words. See there? Like these. All of those and all of those. That comes in handy. Any number from 1 to 10 and know the peg word almost immediately. Pretty neat. Move my fingers out of the way so you guys can read more and see it. This is just an excerpt from one of the books that we have. That's how we help you to be better at chess. Besides just giving you good chess books, we also get books that specialize on other things, other aspects like memory. That's what we're going over right now. So you go over this and you learn how to memorize a lot of stuff. A lot more than you thought possible. Right there. Having read them only once, you've remembered 10 items forward, backward, and inside out. Peg words are an extension of the places or LOCI idea mentioned at the beginning of the book. You've arrived at them slowly, step by step. Simple memory aids helped you to remember the sounds of the phonetic alphabet. The sounds themselves helped you to remember the peg words, and the peg words made it easy to remember 10 random items. Obviously, the better you know the pegs, the faster you'll be able to memorize a peg list, as you just did. So what if you have to remember more? No problem. If you have to remember 11 items, 12 or 20. No, you can actually do like 1,000. Well, you do them by hundreds. You do 100, then you try to memorize 200 items, then you memorize 300, etc., and you just keep on going. Here's an example of one that goes to 100. Try to memorize these, and then you can just think when you have to remember something, just think of it as like hanging it up on a peg. Yeah. Think of it like if you had to memorize 100 chess moves. Like say you had the moves to the game, and there's 100 moves or 50 moves for each side. If you could remember these peg words, you could go right on down the list and you'd actually remember all 50 moves. Yeah. Right there. After you use the words for a while, you'll see that it's the picture that will come to mind when you see or hear a number, not the actual word. What happens when we see or hear, say, 36? We actually see a match, not the word match. This will happen automatically if you use the peg words, and you will use them as you continue reading. Right there, 36 match. If you're worried about the ridiculous pictures staying with you, running around in your mind forever, don't be. Don't be. One of the beauties of the systems is the fact that all of them are means to an end. Once that end is accomplished, the means fade and disappear because they are no longer necessary. When the information is used a few times, you know that information. What you won't remember are your original silly pictures. That's one reason you could use the same peg word over and over again. Yeah. I don't know how I sound right now because I had to put on some earplugs before I got ruptured eardrums. That freaking music is so damn loud. Yeah, damn, so damn loud. It's still loud. I've got earplugs in, but next time I'm going to bring those gun mufflers. Those things you see people on the pistol range or the rifle range. It looks like people have headphones on, and you see them on a pistol range or rifle range. You see people in movies wearing them when they fire guns. Yeah, you got to use both here. You got to use a pair of earplugs, and then you got to put on those gun muffler headphones. Yeah, that's what I'm going to start doing from now on. As they say, more than one way to skin a cat. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead, read all this, come back to the video, pause it, read some more. And this is just an excerpt. So if you guys like what you see, then go ahead and buy the book. Right there. That's HL is Harry Lorraine and JL is Jerry Lucas. I imagine the first thing most people who know that you memorize the first few 100 pages of the Manhattan, New York City, New York telephone book wonder is, why on earth would anyone want to? If they ask me, I'll tell them the truth. For the publicity. Actually, I memorized only the first column of every page, and the names and numbers don't start until page 22. But, Harry Lorraine says, that's still, let's see, maybe 30,000 names and telephone numbers? And Jerry Lucas said, at least at least. Anyway, I don't know them anymore. The stunt served its purpose to publicize the systems that enable people to remember short numbers like telephone numbers instantly, and to keep on remembering them as long as they want to. So let's go back to the end of this other one on peg system. Yeah, that was pretty neat. I haven't read that for a long time. But yeah, it helps you a lot. I mean, I've done different stunts like read my college textbook in like 20 minutes. You know, that's like I think it was like a 700 or 800 page book. Took me about 20 minutes to blitz through it, and that's a typical college textbook. Yeah, just blitz right on through it. And just for the record, set the record straight, I made an A+. It was either a 97 or 98 in that class at a college level. Yeah, went through the whole semester book. Took me about 20 minutes. Yeah. You learn things like that at PC Chess Club, like speed reading, all these books on memory, books on study, books on how to crack a test, how to cram for a test, etc., etc. Trying to find if there's a... Okay, here it is. Right here. This is in the intro. As for his American history class, the systems worked beautifully. On the first exam, my grade was 99. The closest grade to mine was 77. 4 years later, I graduated Phi Beta Kappa, having put in something like 1/4 the study time that most students used. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious. Yeah. That was, I think that was Jerry Lucas. Yeah, Jerry Lucas. And American history class, unable to see over his 6'8" frame. Oh yeah, I bet he was a basketball player. I think he said something about basketball down here. Right there, basketball team. Yeah. Pretty amazing though, really. It really is. Yeah. Here you go. Early Greek and Roman orators delivered lengthy speeches with unfailing accuracy because they learned the speeches thought for thought by applying memory systems. Yeah, imagine having their job. You have to give a speech word for word, or they feed you to the lions. Oh, wait a minute. You forgot a word. Throw them to the lions. Yeah, you forgot a word. Throw them to the lions. Yeah. Amazing book. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Memory book. Yeah. That's a really awesome book. Let's get on with the chess part now. We're going to go ahead and do one on the minority attack and see if we can pull this up for you guys. We've got the one from Winning Chess Strategies by Yasser Seirawan. So we'll try to zoom in and pull up the book and then also pull up a chessboard. You'll have the best of both worlds. That's ChessBase 12 that we're using. Yeah, that's the good thing about ChessBase. You could do that, especially, I think ChessBase 11 and 12 both have it. I think it was in ChessBase 11 it first came out that you could have the floating windows. So you could use all kinds of stuff and have the windows just float around. So I'll be having the moves on my side, and I'll put a board on you guys' side so we can blitz through this. Hi, Malik. Wave to the camera, Malik. Go in front of the camera, wave to the camera. You have a good week, Malik?
Yeah.
We're trying to move this over. Malik's here, so we're going to wrap this up and play some chess with Malik. Do something for the kids. Now we almost got it. Hold on. Trust me, it's worth the wait. This is also really good if you want to give tests in chess. If you want to test them on something, you could use this big 3D set for an audience, and then you could hide the notation window on the other one. And we're just doing a simple, very simple thing in Windows 8.1. That's the one that I have, Windows 8.1 operating system. You got to make sure these windows don't touch so they don't overlap, cancel each other out. Now go down to here, right here, minimize that board a little bit so you guys can see it. And then I'll go ahead and set it. Let me get back over here to the notation. And it is that move right there. It's 23rd move. This is on the minority attack, so let's go ahead and start it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, so I'll go ahead and read along so you can follow along. If you have this book, go ahead and turn to page 130 and follow along. Okay, it says clearly doubled pawns are not necessarily weak. Attackable weak pawns might result from an enemy error, but you cannot count on any opponent to make this kind of error. It's up to you to find ways to create these weaknesses. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. And let me move the mouse over here where you guys can see it. Yeah, we're using one called Project Screen. That's where you use HDMI cable to a TV or a projector, and you can keep, it's like two different monitors. You can keep some stuff. Excuse me. That cookie was delicious. Oh, it's good. They got good cookies here. But anyway, yeah, you keep the windows on, like notation window on your laptop, and then like we're doing here with the TV or a projector, you go ahead and put your chessboard and your book on that, and that's for your audience. And you can zoom in on it even more. So it just depends how you want to do it, really. That's all it is. I got an idea what we might be able to do, be able to make this thing work. What if, instead of side by side, what if we stack them? Hey guys, let's try that. Let's see what happens. If we just resize, hold on, I got an idea. If we just resize the window, go up to here. I think this idea might work. I just thought that up. If we resize it, what we could do is stack them. Get our chess set on top, and then we could stretch it out and put the words under the bottom. What do you guys think about that? Want to try that? Let's try it out. I mean, you know, if you always do the same thing, you're never going to learn anything new. So we're going to try this little idea here and just see how it works. That's one of the ways you learn, by trying new stuff all the time. And I really think this idea, oh, that may be as small as we can go on that one. Uh-oh. See if we can go from the bottom, if it'll let us. No, it's not going to let us go anywhere. Not on that. Well, it was worth it. It was worth the shot. It was worth the shot. Now, let's try this out. If, cross your fingers and hope this works. If, let's hope, come on, hope. Aha, it might just work. Yep, uh-oh. Now, let's try this little idea out here, see how it works. What do you think, guys? Is that, oh, I don't know about that. Uh-oh. I can hear people now saying, put it back, man. No, put it back like it was. Dude, put it back. Yeah. Well, let's see what happens if we enlarge that chessboard. No, I can just see it now. Nope. I agree. I agree. Yeah, put it back. Put it back. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put it back. That did not work so hot. Nope, did not work so hot. Well, it was worth the shot, you know, learn. Live and learn, live and learn. But that's how you learn. You try out new stuff, you know. Trying to pull this over towards the middle. Oh, I know what it is. When we zoomed in, we've got so much freaking overlap here. No, that's not gonna work. Hold on, let me fix this. I hate to say it, guys, but I think that's about the best we're going to get on that one. Let's see if we can bring this over a little bit. And then we can make our chessboard a little bit bigger. Now you guys can follow along. Oh, there's going to be a lot of editing on this one. Oh yeah. I think for the video purposes, we might do better. Either move the camera. Hold on, I'm going to try to move the camera, see if that works, or if we just get a 2D set. I think that'll work. Let's try that for now. This is what it would look like if you had a 2D set. We'll go to USCF. There's a USCF set. There's Fritz. And this one, I think this is the old style. No. here it is, old style. That's what you see in a lot of your really old books, like in your descriptive notation chess books. You'll see that. And on your 3D sets, we got this one, Noble Wood. But we need to shrink it down a little bit, just a little bit. It's a little bit too big. There you go. Then there's another one. Oh, I know. I can hear you guys now saying, dude, just get on with it. Dude, get on with it. Oh, wait a minute. Here's that marble set. Take a look at this one. Marble. What's this? No, that's the glass set. Oops. Pull up the marble set. This one's one of my favorites. The Fritz Room. Yep. It's probably my all-time favorite. You only get this in chess base. You don't get this in SID or SCID, SCID, or SID versus PC. Nope. So the other one with just a regular diagram, that's what you're going to get at our rivals, Joplin Chess Club. But with us, you guys are going to get stuff like this. Where's the Staunton set at? Here it is, Staunton set. There's your classic wood. That's a good one. There's another one of my favorites too. This is a new one. I think we just had this in Chess Base 11. The Tropic. Oh yeah, I like this one. Give it a second. I like that one. It's a good set. So let's pull up. I think it's a Noble Wood. Yeah. There you go. No wood. No, let's go with classic wood. Let's go with classic wood. I think, yeah, because I think the board's a little bit lighter. Now, we'll move on with this. There you go. That'll work. Clearly, double pawns are not necessarily weak. Attackable weak pawns might result from an enemy error, but you cannot count on any opponent to make this kind of error. It's up to you to find ways to create these weaknesses. That is what this particular strategy is all about. Once you create the target, then you can go all out and attack it. One of the most useful methods of creating weak pawn targets is a strategy known as the minority attack, which goes like this. Employ 2 pawns to attack a pawn majority of 3 with the goal of leaving your enemy with weak squares and pawns. This is on the chapter, The Creation of Targets. And you see the difference. The one on the right is a diagram or a 2D set. That's what you're going to find at our rivals, Joplin Chess Club. And then our set, Chess Base, woohoo, that's on the left. You can see the difference. It looks like a virtual reality. They call it real 3D board. Okay, so let's get on with this. White illustrates the minority attack strategy quite nicely. Diagram 86, the diagram from Reshevsky Miagmasarin, I think. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Seuss 1967. That's an interzonal game. It was a qualifier for World's Candidate Championship. It's a qualifying cycle. They had zonals, interzonals. You had to play different tournaments and win, work your way up. Then you'd have a right to face the world champion. Alright, white is playing on the queen side because his pawns point in that direction. His pawn chain occupies f2, e3, d4 and give him extra territory there. By advancing his b pawn, white intends to play b4, b5 followed by b takes c6. When black will be left with a weakness, a pawn that cannot be protected by another pawn. That's the weakness. On either d5 or c6. He will be left with a backward c pawn on an open file, and then in parentheses it says, meaning that it can be easily attacked. Black strives to avoid this fate, but he ends up with a target on d5 instead. Let's take a look at how that comes about. b6. Black hopes to answer b5 by white with c5. So now, if white tries to play b5, black is hoping he can just play c5. A more common and more dangerous plan for black to seek counter chances on the king side, because that is where black's extra territory exists. For an example of this plan, see the Babatsov-Petrosian game in Chapter 9, Knight to c1. And that way the queen can't attack the pawn because the rook's got it covered. The little kids are watching. White is in no hurry to play b4, b5, and instead improves the positioning of his pieces. Bringing this knight to the center, it's headed for e2, or it's heading for e2, defends c3, d4, and f4, and helps deprive the enemy of counterplay because all of white's key points will soon be well guarded. So this is what black plays. Plays bishop to h6. White plays knight 1 to e2. That's important. Make sure that if you try to do this, you move the right or correct knight. You don't want to move the wrong one, move the right one. You need that one on c3 to sit right where it's at. Just sit back, watch the show, enjoy, and hear what Grandmaster Yasser Seirawan has to tell you. This is a quote from his book, Winning Chess Strategies. And believe me, this is going to be far cheaper than hiring Yasser for one-on-one lessons. White's key points will soon be well guarded. Okay, black plays knight h5. Trying to go down for the pawn to get to f4. And white plays b5. Okay. Now black cannot play c5 because of d takes c5, fifth move, and queen takes d5, which wins a pawn. Yeah, can anybody see that? If it plays c5, then white will just take it with the pawn that's on d4 in front of the queen. You may or may not see that. And then that pawn doesn't have anything to protect it, not another pawn. There's nothing that can get right there on that light square, and white can actually force the trade of the queens. Yeah, because if he takes on d5, takes the pawn, and then black trades queens, white takes back with the knight. But white's got something better. Check this out. Here's what black's going to do. He's going to back up to queen to d7. That's the beginning of the end. That's the beginning of his downfall. Okay, it's going to get real good here now. So black goes back. As I said earlier, I don't know if it got in there. It was called the beginning of the end. That right there, that's the beginning of the downfall right there. So Reshevsky takes the pawn. Black takes back with a rook. White plays this, getting a pin, and he's going to win some more material. Where's it? B takes c6. All right. And then the rook takes back, and then now white plays that move. That's a shot. That's a shot out of the blue right there. Oh, yeah. And it's fixing to get real ugly. Yeah. Yeah, it's fixing to get real ugly. Well, it is for black. It's going to get real good for white. Oh, yeah, white. White. For white, we say it's all gravy. From here out, it's all gravy. It's all good in the hood. Yep. It's about to get real good, or real good in the hood here in a second. Yeah, it's all gravy, all right. Having deprived the d-pawn of its c6 support, white goes about attacking this newly created target. Rook e to c8. Now black avoids the obvious, which is this sequence of moves, which loses to the forking king, rook, and queen. Yeah, and they would drop the queen right there, right off. Oh yeah. So this is what happens. Black's hoping that the pin on the c-file will save him. Unfortunately, white's next move leaves black's position in tatters. That's where he was hoping that it would save him. That move, rook 8 to c7. There's the winning move for white. Exclamation mark by Seirawan. a6. Threatening the queen. This is not going to do anything. Black has no other options because his poor knight cannot move. Both knight f6 and knight g7 in front of the king run into knight takes d5, after which a recapture on d5 allows rook takes c6 and rook takes c2, ninth move for black, loses a queen to knight f6. Check. Black sacrificed a pawn to draw the white queen away so that it would be no longer attack. So that it would no longer attack c6. This solution to his problems turns out to be an illusion, though. Now this is where it changes. Black thought he had prevented this capture. Now what can he do? Playing rook takes c2 is still met with knight takes f6, forking king and queen, still dropping the queen. Now, this right here where he says knight takes g4, when I looked up the game, which is what I have for you guys in Chess Base, the moves are actually switched. This was the moves that was from the game. Desperation, black finally noticed that his intended knight takes d5 fails because of 11 rook takes c6, rook takes c6, 12 queen a8 when white eats a snack on c6 after all. And here it is. There you go. Yep. Freebie. And actually he could trade down if he wanted to, because he could take, he could take with the queen on c6, and then if they take back, trade queens, white takes the rook, and then it's all gravy. Yeah, he gets a rook up in there. Or he can keep the queen on the board and take with the rook. Yeah, as soon as the piece goes. But here was a better one. Knight takes g4 from the book. Here's what white plays. What could have happened. Okay. And queen a8. Black gives up because he sees that king g7, rook takes g6 leads to the loss of his queen. How is that? I'll show you how. Check. King has to deal with check, like it or not. And then you have a straight shot on that diagonal from a8 over to d5. Freebie. Yep, thanks. Oh, free gifts. Thanks for the queen. Yeah. But in the actual game, that was his move that he played. And then here, and here, and here. And that was it. And I think he gave up probably because he's going to drop the rook anyway. It's not going to matter. There's no way to save that rook. None. There is no way to save that rook. Because, well, his king has to move right now. He's in check. And as soon as he moves that king to get out of check, then that's it. I mean, it's just not going to work. If you're black and you think, like little kids are watching this, and you think, well, wait a minute. He could just put the rook up there on c8. It's covered by the queen, and then it's threatening your queen, dude. Well, little dude, let me show you something. Look down there on c1. Yeah, down there on c1 is that other white rook. So it's just going to take. In fact, they could actually force the trade if they wanted to. Oh, yeah. They could take with the queen, take that rook on c8, and that would put your king in check, and it would be like a double attack. Some people say it'd be a fork. I think it'd be more double attack of queen on d7 and king on g8. And then once they trade, they'd have to. After they do, because nothing's protecting the queen on d7, then what would happen is that rook on c1 would just hop on up there and take out that queen. And then that's it. Oh, it's all gravy. It's all gravy. Yep. Because there's no way that a knight and bishop are going to trump a knight and rook. If white's smart, he'll take the knights off the board, and that's the better move, and then just immediately try to put everything on light squares, and that takes the dark squared bishop out of play for the most part, and then use your rook and your king together, and oh, it's just mopping up. It's all done. Yeah, but that's on the minority attack for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll try to cover more next time. Thanks for watching. And remember, white is played by Reshevsky. So Reshevsky was a grandmaster, and I'm not sure if they had the quote official title, because I heard that grandmaster title didn't officially come out until the 1970s, but everybody would think that people like former world champions would certainly qualify as grandmaster: Lasker, Steinitz, Capablanca, Irwa, Alekhine, Tal, Botvinnik, Smyslov, all those guys. I'm sure they would qualify as grandmasters.